Namaste, friends. So, this is the second part of the Rahu transit video. In the first part, we discussed about how this transit will be for the first six moon sign from Aries till Virgo. And in this video, we'll be talking about how this transit will be, what kind of things you can expect from this transit for signs that starts from Libra and ends at Pisces. So the last six moon sign is what we'll be discussing. Now, if your moon in your natal chart is placed in any of these signs, then this video is very important for you to understand how this Rahu and Ketu transit will be for you. So, in August 18th, 2017, what happened is that Rahu moved to Cancer and Ketu moved to Capricorn. Because of this, the effect for different moon signs will vary. Now, Rahu in the as I've already explained to you, Rahu is not very comfortable in Cancer, and similarly, Ketu is not very comfortable in Capricorn. And you can watch my part 1 video to understand why they're not comfortable in these signs. Now, let's come to the first moon sign of this video, that is the seventh sign of a natal zodiac or the Kala Chakra chart, that is the Libra moon sign. Now, for Libra moon sign people, Rahu will transit over your 10th house and Ketu will transit over your 4th house. Now, this is considered to be a generally a good transit because Rahu does well in 10th house and Ketu, because 4th house is also a moksha house. Ketu also does well in 4th house. It may not be a great transit, and Rahu does really well in 3, 6th and 11th house in particular, and Ketu does very well when it is in 9th house or in the 12th house. But still, this can be considered to be a good transit. Now, what happens for a Libra moon sign people is you may do really well in your career. It will help you to grow spiritually because Rahu is in the 4th house, Ketu is in the 4th house, Ketu as in the south node is in the 4th house, and Rahu is in the 10th house. Will help you do well in your career. The only problem with this can be that because Rahu is about weird imagination and is about expecting something which is not available in reality, so your expectation may increase from your work, or you may have very high degree of targets, right? High degree, your expectations from your professional life will be very high, which you may not be able to match. Hence, you may take shortcut methods to achieve it, which is not good. So you need to be careful of that. Other than that, Rahu in 10th house does pretty well. It helps you get fame, it helps you get name and recognition, and it does well from a career point of view. So this is generally a good transit. Just be careful of that factor of very high expectations. Don't have very high expectations. That's about it. Now, let's come to the next moon sign, which is your Scorpio. For Scorpio moon sign people, Rahu will transit over your 9th house and Ketu will transit over your 3rd house. Now, Rahu in 9th house doesn't really do well because now 9th house is about higher learning. 9th house is about religion, right? There's a philosophical teaching about long distance travel, about your father and so on. Now, what happens when Rahu is in 9th house is that you may have some hallucination regarding religion or higher learnings. You may think that you know it all. You may think that you can start something which is like a cult thing and so on, which can be a little dangerous. People like Hitler will have Rahu in the natal chart in 9th house. I'm not saying that everybody will be a Hitler, or when Rahu is transiting over the 9th house, you'll suddenly become a very bad person. No, I'm not saying that. But just be careful of having your own opinion related to those things. Be a little aware of those things. Try to maintain good relationship with your father. And similarly, if Ketu is in the 3rd house, which can mean that you may get a little laid back when it comes to courage and determination and hard work and so on. So you need to be careful of that thing, right? Because Ketu kind of being headless and being these people are not very courageous if Ketu is present in the 3rd house in the natal chart. So when Ketu is transiting over the 3rd house, careers may get hampered. So you need to be careful of that. And also try to maintain good relationship with your siblings. Now let's move to the next moon sign, which is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius people, Rahu is transiting over your 8th house, and Ketu is transiting over your 2nd house. Now, which means this can be another difficult transit for you guys, because you may be prone to accidents, you may be prone to some kind of illness, so you need to be careful of that fact. Yeah. But this is good because Rahu is also, though Ketu is considered to be more spiritual, but because Rahu is in the 8th house, you may be very, very eager to know about the occult science, about the healing thing, about secretive things and so on. So in that sense, it's pretty good. But generally speaking, Rahu doesn't do well in 8th house, and Ketu being a esoteric planet, being a planet which is spiritual, in a place which is about accumulated wealth and is about family and so on, it doesn't really do well. So it's not a great transit for you guys, and you need to be really careful about yourself, right? So do meditation, think positive, and you'll be able to, and be careful when you're driving and so on. So that's very important as far as these people are considered, the Sagittarius moon sign people. Now let's move to the next moon sign, that is the Capricorn moon sign. For Capricorn moon sign people, Ketu is transiting over your first house, and Rahu is transiting over your 7th house. Now Rahu transiting over your 7th house can make you fall into a lot of relationships. You may have a lot of short-term relationships. You need to be careful of that. The good thing about this is Rahu is a planet which is fame-giving planet, which is desperate to get fame. So you may do well from a fame point of view. You may get some kind of a fame. It may be in a positive way, it may be in a negative way, but it's a good position to get fame. So try to do good work, try to be good to people, try to really do well in your professional life or in your personal life, and fame may come to you. Similarly, when Ketu is in the first house, you need to be you kind of have a spiritual inclination, because Ketu is a spiritual planet and it is in the house which is I, me, myself. So there's a possibility that you may go into the spiritual line. So this is a tricky combination, right? One side, when Rahu is in the 7th house, there's a possibility that you may fall into a lot of relationships. Ketu in the first house can mean that you may have a spiritual inclination as well. So it's a tricky situation to be in. But you need to be careful about yourself. When Ketu is in the first house, because as I said, it is a headless planet, so you may not take yourself very seriously. You may not work upon yourself, right? So you need to be careful of that thing. Now let's move to the next moon sign. That is the Aquarius moon sign. For people who have Aquarius moon sign, for them, Rahu is transiting over your 6th house, and Ketu is transiting over your 12th house. It's a great period for you guys. For Aquarius moon sign people, 2018, mid of 2018, you have a good Jupiter transit. You have a good Saturn transit, right? If I'm not mistaken, you have got a good Saturn transit, because Saturn will transit, from October it will go to Sagittarius, so that's the 11th house. Ketu, Jupiter will go to Libra, which is your 9th house, and Rahu will transit over your 6th house, and Ketu will transit over your 12th house. So most of this planet are transiting through very good houses for you. Jupiter 9th house transit is extremely good, extremely favorable. Saturn 11th house transit is really good. Similarly, Rahu transit over the 6th house is very good, and Ketu transit over the 12th house is very good. So it's a great time period for you to do a lot of good things, to put in a lot of efforts. You will get a lot of results. Rahu will take care of your enemies. Your enemies, he will be able to fight with your enemies, and it will be able to fight with diseases. You'll remain healthy as a person. So this is a great time period from you. From August 18th onward, your time period will only improve. Then in September, there's a Jupiter transit. Then in October, Saturn will again come to Saturn will again come to Sagittarius. So it's a great time period for you. Take full advantage of it. There's possibility that you may also develop a lot of spirituality, because Ketu is transiting over the 12th house and Jupiter is transiting over your ninth house. So great time period for you. Do invest, and do not miss this opportunity. That's the mantra for people who have an Aquarius moon sign. Now let's go to the final moon sign, and that is the Pisces. That is Pisces moon sign. For you guys, Rahu is transiting over your 5th house, whereas Ketu is transiting over your 11th house. Again, not a great transit. Rahu in 5th house can again, people with Rahu in 5th house can be creative, but this creativity can come in a wrong way also. You may be fond of children and you may want to have a lot of children, but your relationship with your children, because your expectations will be too high from them, your relationship may get hampered. So be careful of that fact. Similarly, Ketu in 11th house, which is a very materialistic house, and Ketu being a spiritual planet is not very comfortable in that house. So you need to really work hard to get a lot of gains. You need to be very determined to get a lot of gains, monetary gains, or for that matter, any other gains, and also have good relationship with your friends, because when a Ketu transit over your 11th house, you may start avoiding friends, or you may start staying away from your friends, which is not a great sign. So be careful of that thing. Now that's about it, guys. Again, this is a slide which talks about for which moon sign people this transit is great, for which moon sign people this transit is kind of okay or average, and for which moon sign people it will be difficult. So that's what this slide is all about. I hope this 2 videos have been informative and have given you some information about how the transit will be for each of the moon signs. In my next video, what I'll do is, I will be making about that series of house lords in different houses, right? I have completed, if I'm not mistaken, I've completed till 3rd house lord in different houses. So I'll be doing that. I'll be completing that series from 4th till the 12th house lord. But at the same time, what I'm also planning to do is I also try to explain you how a transit will be from how a yearly transit. You need to see a chart from a transit point of view. So I'll be talking about how you can see a transit or a chart from a transit point of view. Say for example, a person is not aware about his exact birth time. Now for a person like him or her, then the moon chart becomes very important, because if he knows his date of birth, at least he knows where his moon is placed in that particular day. So from the moon sign, we can, at least 50 to 60% of his life can be predicted if you look only into the transit. At least 40 to 60% of his life can be predicted. So we will try to, and I'll try to show how do you see how a particular transit will be from you, and for that even the Astaka Varga and Vinastaka Varga plays a very, very important role. You need to see all those aspects as well. So we'll discuss that in details. Thank you for watching my video. Do take care of yourself. If you like my video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel so that you start getting notification when a new video is published and you are connected with me. Take care. Bye bye.